Hey guys, so I'm going to do a video that's a little bit different this time. I wanted to do an introduction on myself and my fibromyalgia because I'm going to start something new and I don't want to mention what it is yet, but hopefully when I make those videos I won't have to describe and go into detail about my pain before versus the current pain. So I wanted an introduction video so that way you guys know what I was going through, or you can come back to this video. So if anyone has fibromyalgia and they watch this video, I would like to know if you have it in the comments, and I would like to know what you feel. And if you have a channel talking about fibromyalgia, please let me know. So I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia 4 years ago, roughly. And the reason they found out was because I was having all over joint, muscle, bone pain. So they found out that the tender points and how they determine someone has fibromyalgia, that I had all those. They were very, very tender. It hurts when they touch those areas. You know, there's parts on your back, neck, knees, hips. Look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's the fibromyalgia tender points. So all that stuff hurt. I also had a lot of stomach problems, so they diagnosed me with IBS as well. I also had anxiety. I've always had anxiety. Actually, right now in my life, I don't feel like my anxiety is too bad. I think it's anxiety. I had a lot of panic attacks and I would get very, very angry. I mean, and any little thing would trigger me. Like someone driving too slow on the road would get me irritated. And if it was hot, I was pissed off. I was just mood swings up the butt. So, but no matter how many medications they tried to give me, I would chicken out. And I would either chicken out or I would, you know, I research things like crazy. I watch reviews. I'm psycho when it comes to what they're trying to put in my body. And well, we're just going to call it psycho for now. I'm not going to really go into too much detail about my opinion on that because I feel differently, but people think I'm psycho for how scared I am about medication. So I was either scared or I would say, you know what? I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to commit suicide. My pain isn't that bad. I'm working all day. I work 30 to 40 hours a week as a hairstylist. I deal with people and I'm okay. So I'm not going to take anything. I am strong, right? Or sometimes I'd be like, oh my God, why am I worthless? Why am I chicken? I need something in my life. Very back and forth. They've even told me I've had bipolar because of that. Because I change my mind like that. Okay, so let's stick with the fibromyalgia for now. I decided, you know what, somewhere along the way, I was like, I can't deal with my pain anymore. Is there something that's not an antidepressant that will help my fibromyalgia? So my doctor prescribed me GABAPENTIN. My mom also took GABAPENTIN. She said it was fine. It's not going to mess with my brain too much. So, and it's a nerve pain. They prescribe it to people that even have seizures. So I decided to go on that. I don't know if it was like the placebo effect or what, but it seemed to be working rather quickly. It didn't take, you know, like a month or so to actually see benefits. It worked. It made me feel better. And I noticed that if I skipped a pill, I was dying the next day. And I skipped the pill a lot. So I felt like it was working. I was on 100 milligrams a day. I know that doesn't seem like much, but it was for me. I wasn't on anything. I wasn't used to medication. I was very sensitive to medication. So they upped my dosage to 300 milligrams, of course, because that's what they do. Even though it didn't stop working, my doctor was like, hey, let's up your dosage. You've been on it for this amount of time. So fine. I went up to 300 milligrams and then I just got a lot of stomach pain. I told her, I don't think I have IBS. I think I'm lactose intolerant maybe, because around that time I was drinking a lot of milk, or, you know, I'm eating too many fried foods, you know, I'm using too much oil. I'm going to try to use a different kind, something like coconut oil to, you know, I'm going to try drinking less milk. So I actually started buying lactose-free milk. And I found that my stomach pain went down significantly. But my whenever she was going to up the dosage, I thought, you know what? What if the gabapentin is hurting my stomach? So I stopped taking it. My stomach pain went down a lot. And I know I had stomach pain before, but I also stopped the dairy products. I don't know why at the time I thought, I think it's because when I would take it, even with food, my stomach would actually cramp. So it wasn't just general stomach pain that I was used to. It's like my body was telling me, why are you giving me this yucky thing? It didn't want it in there. I also started getting nauseous. So I decided to stop taking it. And as time went on, I kept trying to tell myself that I could deal with the pain. And I probably could at the time. I was staying home a lot more because I had just had my baby. And let's see, he's gonna be 2 in July. So, I mean, I still work. I was still working about 15 to 20 hours a week and taking care of a newborn baby. At the time, we lived in a place that had stairs and our bedrooms were upstairs, and just constantly walking up and down the stairs, taking care of the baby, going to work in the evening. It was really stressful. There was a lot going on. We went through financial problems for a little while. And then I had upcoming surgeries. Well, I had an emergency surgery for my appendix. And while they were in there, they had to fix a hernia. So, and then after that, I had another surgery. And it was just really stressful. And I think that's kind of what triggered everything. A lot of stress made my fibromyalgia worse. At that point, this is a little bit of my symptoms, and these are still my symptoms to this day. This is how I would describe it. I always tell people that you never know. You never know what exactly it's going to be like, generally. Not flare-ups, but general fibromyalgia pain. I never know. One day it can be knee pain, back pain, neck pain, headache. Could last 1 day, 3 days, a week. And then when the new symptoms come in, it will be my calves, my lower back, my elbows, and my wrists. And then when that goes away, it'll be, my wrists will still be hurting, but then my feet are hurting. And it's not just my feet. That week it'll be the top of my feet. And then the next time my feet hurt, it'll only be my heels. Or it's just all over the place. You never know what it's going to be. And it's not just the general area, say that my arm's hurting. One day it'll be the actual muscle. And then the next time my arm hurts, a day later, hours later, a week later, it'll be the joints or it'll be my elbow. But one thing that I always know is going to happen every single day of my life is muscle pain in these places. I get the muscle pain in the shoulders, in my arms, and on my calves. And it feels like having an infection. Muscle aches from a fever. That's exactly what it feels like. Now, when I have flare-ups, that pain is there still and it intensifies to where I feel like I have the flu. Like I just want to cry in bed. I want to die. Like it just hurts so much and my entire body hurts. The way I like describing my flare-ups to people is that every part of my body will be hurting except for my nose. That is the only part of my body that I can't feel because everything else hurts. And I have severe fatigue when I'm having a flare-up. And my stomach will hurt. I will have bouts of diarrhea. And it's not like severe diarrhea. I will be normal, have diarrhea in the morning, normal again, 2 days later, have it at night. And it's only when I'm having flare-ups. And sometimes I know that I'm going to get a flare-up when I have the diarrhea first, or I have the flare-up and I know I'm going to get diarrhea. It's just, it comes in together. And I do have stomach problems in between. I don't think I have IBS. I really don't. I think I don't know. But yeah, like right now my arm is really hurting. It's just, it feels sore. My joints aren't really hurting right now. So yeah, that's how it feels. I also got diagnosed with TMJ because of fibromyalgia. And let's see, my doctor keeps acting like my knee pain isn't a big deal because I have fibromyalgia. That's what it is. Everything that I have from here on out, oh, it's just your fibromyalgia. So I have knock knees and it's pretty gross, but my knees actually touch. So I thought my knee pain was coming from that. But my massage therapist actually found like this cyst type of thing behind my knee. She thinks it's a Baker cyst. I was in physical therapy because I messed up my SI joint while I was pregnant, and I went about 6 different times. Being in physical therapy really did help my SI joint dysfunction, but it started hurting my knees a lot more. So recently I showed my physical therapist and he was like, yeah, I feel them. And oh, not only that, but my massage therapist felt other little lumps behind both of my knees. So did my physical therapist. They both called them different things, but I said, okay, well, they're not doctors. I'm going to go to my doctor. And he couldn't feel them. So it was really odd. And that new doctor, I actually switched and I started going to him because I didn't really feel like that lady knew too much about fibromyalgia. So one of my clients recommended him to me because she has fibromyalgia and apparently he's the greatest for fibromyalgia. So, and now 6 family members are going to him too because of me, because I loved him at first. So he had me on gabapentin for a while. He got me up to 900 milligrams and I decided to stop taking it, but he swears by it. He said, well, under my care, take gabapentin. It might work wonders for you. So we tried it again, and I had my son, so it might have been a little bit different for me this time. Maybe I really needed it this time, but I decided to wean myself off because it was getting me way too tired and hurting my stomach again. So, when I went back recently, very recently, because I've been off of gabapentin for a year, so I went back for my knees. He couldn't feel them. He's like, what do you mean you have a ball behind your knee? And I'm like, there's a ball behind my knee. And I'm like, feel it. He couldn't feel it. So I don't know. But anyway, his first suggestion, because I also mentioned how bad my fibromyalgia has became. Like I was about to cry. I was like, I feel like I'm a bad mother now. I feel like I'm a bad wife, a bad worker. I can't go outside and play with my children and be normal. And he just cut me off. He's like, whoa, I have no problem giving you medication. Do you want to try the gabapentin again? I just weaned myself off a year ago, doctor. No. And he's like, well, why'd you wean yourself off? And I'm thinking, I told you I was going to wean myself off because of all these problems. And he started looking through his laptop and he's like, I don't have any notes as to why you did it. Are you sure you don't want to do it? And I told him, okay, is there anything else you can recommend? Just something that will help my pain. So he decided to give me more ibuprofen. Oh, not only that, about a year ago when I was still on the gabapentin, no, not a year ago, 2 years ago, he prescribed me 800 milligrams of ibuprofen 2 times a day that whole time. I didn't tell him I wasn't taking them because I only take about 600 milligrams of ibuprofen 3 times a week, maybe. Like 600 at one day, 600 the next day, 3 times a week, sometimes 4. And those are usually the days where I just can't deal with my body aches, and that's the only thing that takes away the muscle aches that feel like an infection. And when I have flare-ups, I take them in the morning, and I do sometimes take them twice in that day because that's the only thing that helps me get through the flare-ups. So he decided that day, okay, we're going to prescribe you more ibuprofen, but I'm going to give you 600, and I am going to prescribe you Cymbalta. So I called my mom after, and she's like, yeah, Cymbalta works wonders. Right now she's on Lyrica. I mean, she's on a bunch of stuff because she has fibromyalgia among many other problems. So she said some Balt's awesome, but it was hurting my stomach, so I stopped taking it. But take it. Well, the way I am, I come home, start oh, and my mom even told me, she was like, do not look up the side effects. Don't do it. Don't look up anything. Just start taking it. If you have a side effect, then you can look it up. But don't do it. I know you. Don't do it. Just take it. So I was convinced. I even told my husband, oh my gosh. So I told him, you know how I feel and everything I stand for and how I'm against pharmaceutical companies and all this stuff about me. But I want you to know that I'm willing to throw that all away right now because I can't live like this. I am in so much pain for the past 3 months. And this last month has been hell for me. So I'm willing to make myself become an addict to whatever they want to put me on just to get some relief. And he was like, are you serious? It's that bad? Because he knows me. He knows how I feel about medications. So I decided I was going to take it. But then I found out how awful it is to withdraw from it. So I didn't take it. Even though I was convinced. I didn't take it. And I was really sad because I was like, I'm a failure. Or does that mean that I'm smart? Who knows? He couldn't even tell me. I'm like, am I smart because I actually look into what I'm putting into my body? Or am I just a chicken shit? Am I this person that wants to just be stupid and deal with my pain and have a miserable life? Or is it a good thing that I don't put toxic crap into my body? I don't know. But anyway, didn't take it. Let's see if there's anything else that I missed. I feel like there's a lot that I missed, but oh God, I am a wreck today. It's been hard to even do my makeup because I'm in so much pain. And I feel like my pain tolerance is ridiculously high because I've had to deal with, having 2 kids, surgeries. I've had 4 surgeries in the past 4 years, 2 of which were within 6 months of each other. I've had to deal with this fibromyalgia. And it's weird because, I could get this tiniest little scrape, whenever you like run into a wall and you get like a white line on your skin. That makes me want to scream. I literally, it hurts so bad. Little things hurt me because my body is always, even when somebody's gonna hug me, I'm just like, ow, because it hurts. It hurts for someone to touch me. It hurts to, not right now, but certain areas really hurt. So it's weird that I can tolerate so much pain. What if I can't tolerate that much pain? What if it's minor pain and I can't tolerate it because my body's telling me it hurts that bad? So I don't know. But I'm terrified. I've considered antidepressants for this kind of thing. I've looked into all of it. There's not one drug out there that has been prescribed to fibromyalgia patients that I haven't researched. Well, I believe that anyway. There's definitely not any antidepressants out there or anti-anxiety medications out there that I haven't actually Googled and went through numerous websites, read books about it, sat for hours and went through everything that they do for you, side effects, withdrawals, everything. Like I feel like I know. I really did scratch myself hard, I think. I don't know if I did or not. Am I just sensitive? But yeah, like that still hurts. It's very odd. So I don't know, but I'm just all over the place and I'm in a lot of pain. I also want to mention, I don't get relief at night. I mean, the next morning when I wake up. So I have trouble. So I wake up a lot in the middle of the night, and then in the morning I don't feel like I slept. I'm tired. I feel like I didn't get any sleep, or maybe 3 hours of sleep. That's all I got. But I really got 9 hours of sleep. And also, there used to be a time, and I remember this specifically, where I'd have a leg cramp. I'd go to sleep and I knew that when I would wake up the next morning, my leg cramp would be gone. Or if I went to bed with a headache, the next morning it would be gone. If I woke up the next day and my headache was still there, I needed medication. But it was very rare. That doesn't ever happen anymore. Never happens. Every single morning, it starts where the last day stopped as far as pain. What I was feeling the night before starts the next day. I never get that start over, reprogrammed feeling. Never. Yeah, I'm really, really excited to announce what I'm going to be putting into my body from here on out. And I'm going to start making videos and report it to everyone and tell everyone how it's been going for me for my fibromyalgia and all the other things that I mentioned. So yeah, please like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any questions or if you have fibromyalgia yourself. I'd really love to meet new people and share experiences and all that. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good week.